Most people think they control their behavior. They don't. And here's the part almost everyone gets wrong. Human behavior isn't logical. It's predictable, dangerously predictable. Because behind everything you do, every reaction, every fear, every "I don't know why I did that" moment, there are invisible psychological theories running your life in the background, like coded programs installed long before you knew what psychology even meant. And today, I'm going to show you the most powerful ones. But here's the twist. Once you see them, you can't unsee them. Imagine this. You walk into a room. You sit down beside a stranger. Within 7 seconds, your brain decides if they're safe, dangerous, trustworthy, or someone you should run from. 7 seconds. Not enough time to think. Barely enough time to breathe. But here's the real question. What if those 7 seconds are wrong? What if your brain has been lying to protect you, or worse, to limit you? Because most of your behavior isn't you, it's psychology. And today, you're going to meet the theories that control your life. Let's start with something dark. Carl Jung called it the shadow, the part of you that you don't want to see, don't want to admit, don't want to deal with. You think you're a good person, but your shadow knows better. It knows your jealousy, your hidden anger, your secret cravings, your unspoken insecurities. And here's where the story gets uncomfortable. You don't defeat the shadow, you become it. Let me explain. There's a reason you dislike certain people instantly. They show traits that exist in you, traits you deny, traits you've buried. You don't hate them, you hate the part of yourself they reveal. And your behavior shifts to protect that illusion. You overreact. You judge quickly. You avoid certain conversations. Not because of them, but because you don't want to meet you. The shadow isn't who you hide from others. It's who you hide from yourself. And the more you deny it, the more it controls you. But don't worry. That's just the first theory. The next one is even more unsettling. This one determines your entire love life. And you don't even know it. If you ever wondered, why do I fall for the same type of person? Why do I sabotage relationships? Why do I chase someone who doesn't love me? It's not your heart. It's not your choices. It's your childhood. Attachment theory says, before the age of 10, you learn how to love by watching how you were loved. Anxious, avoidant, secure, fearful. These aren't personality types. They're survival strategies. Maybe love felt unpredictable. Maybe affection came with conditions. Maybe emotions weren't safe. So now, your adult behavior repeats old patterns. You chase people who pull away. You push away people who get close. You choose chaos because peace feels foreign. You confuse attention with affection. You're not broken. You're repeating a script someone else wrote for you, and most people never rewrite it. But the story gets deeper. Because your attachment style controls more than love, it controls your decisions, your friendships, your risks, your fears, your entire emotional world. And if you think that's intense, wait for the next theory. This one is simple, scary, but simple. You behave the way you do because you were trained to, not metaphorically, literally. You were rewarded for certain actions, punished for others, praised when convenient, ignored when inconvenient. So your behavior was shaped like clay. Maybe you became the good kid because approval made you feel safe. Maybe you became the silent kid because speaking up punished you. Maybe you became the funny one because laughter protected you, or the strong one because weakness wasn't allowed. Think about that. The version of you right now isn't random, it's conditioned, which leads to the next theory, the one that explains why you stay in jobs you hate, relationships that drain you, and routines that slowly kill your potential. You don't stay where you are because it's good. You stay because it's known. Your brain doesn't want happiness. It wants familiarity. That's why people return to toxic partners, why they stay in environments that hurt them, why they avoid opportunities that scare them. Because to your brain, an awful familiar is safer than a beautiful unknown. Your comfort zone is a cage disguised as safety. And here's the heartbreaking part. Inside your comfort zone, you slowly die without noticing. Outside it, you feel alive, alert, terrified, hopeful, the exact emotions your brain avoids. But here's the twist. The thing you fear the most is usually the thing you need the most. But let's talk about something even more powerful. Something that proves you don't see the world as it is. You see it as you are. Your brain cheats every day. It bends reality to fit your beliefs. If you think people are selfish, you'll notice every selfish act. If you think you're unlucky, you'll see only the moments you fail. If you believe you're unlovable, you'll destroy any love that contradicts it. Your beliefs act like filters. You don't search for truth. You search for proof. Proof that your fears are valid. Proof that your insecurities are real. Proof that your assumptions make sense. And here's the shocking part. You're not looking for answers. You're looking for justification. Reality doesn't shape your beliefs. Your beliefs shape your reality. But there's one theory people almost never talk about, the one that dictates why you react instantly, why you make impulsive choices, why you get angry before thinking. It's the reason humans survived, and the reason they suffer. Your brain evolved to survive threats. But back then, those threats had claws, teeth, and fur. Now, the threats are emotional: a breakup, a rejection, a failure, a text left on seen. Yet your body reacts the same way. Heart races, stomach drops, hands shake, mind spirals. You're not weak. Your body thinks you're being hunted. Fight, flight, freeze. Not choices, instincts, hardwired before civilization even existed. And when those instincts take over, logic shuts off, emotion wins, and behavior becomes primal. But the final theory, it explains everything. Why you grow, why you fall, why you repeat patterns, why you feel lost, why you feel alive. This is the theory that determines the entire arc of your life. You're climbing a pyramid you didn't know existed. At the bottom, food, safety, security. If these aren't met, nothing else matters. Above that, love, belonging. Humans need connection, the way lungs need oxygen. Above that, esteem, respect, recognition, the dangerous layer, because many people get stuck here forever, chasing validation instead of meaning. But at the top, self-actualization, not success, not money, not admiration, a simple truth, being who you were meant to be. Most people never reach it because they spend their entire life fighting for the layers below. But here's the twist. You can reach it if you stop climbing the pyramid sideways and start climbing upward. And every theory we just explored is either pushing you up or pulling you down. But here's the part most people miss. You are not just the result of these theories. You can rewrite them. You can unlearn conditioning, rewire attachment, challenge biases, face your shadow, expand your comfort zone, control your instincts, climb the pyramid. Because human behavior isn't fixed, it's fluid. And the moment you understand it, you understand yourself. So let me ask you something. Which theory controls you the most? Comment below. I want to see how many people share your story. And before you scroll, subscribe before you forget. Next episode dives into the psychological habits that destroy your life without you noticing. And trust me, you don't want to miss that.